With a Wealthfront cash account, your uninvested money earns a 3.75% APY, which is higher than the average savings rate. There are no account fees or minimums, and you also get free instant withdrawals to eligible accounts 24/7. So you always have.
Good morning, Cliff. Happy Monday. Well, Facebook's up, as is Zoom.
Good. But there'll be no Mike.
No Mike, okay. How's Mike?
He's fine, but he's in Canada.
Oh, they Zoom up there. He just don't want to get out of bed. I forgot his toy too.
Forgot what?
His toy.
That's true.
I'm gonna go find satellite image. How was your weekend?
It was good. We made it to the second floor.
Martha made it to the second floor?
Yeah.
Very fast. This guy. No music either. Some music.
Ready.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Dawn Patrol. I'm Cliff Krieger, your host. We're hoping to have Fru Nkimbeng and Eileen zooming in here any minute now. Mike's got the day off. He's up in Canada visiting family. We'll get a Canadian report next Monday. The national debt.
I bet you he's up watching us on YouTube.
Well, that could be.
So Mike, if you want to participate, just send me a text. I'll send you an invite. You got an invite in your email anyway.
$37,570,000,000,000. That's up from 37,556 on Friday, so it just keeps going. Weather,
Full faith in paper, right?
as long as it lasts.
Okay.
And,
No, it's not backed by gold, it's backed by faith. And the faith of God is just enormous.
Yeah, but your bank,
Yeah?
will it lend you an unlimited amount of money?
I haven't asked him. I'm
What do you think?
pretty careful with my money. Likely no,
Yeah,
but there's a new bank, Rockland Trust, I don't know them yet.
we'll see.
Enterprise was extra picky.
Driving in today, it was very pleasant. It's 57, so it's a little chilly, but it's going to 83. That's not bad. So, on this day in 1683, immigrant
Go ahead.
immigrant families from Germany founded Germantown, Pennsylvania, the first major immigration of German people to America. Ben Franklin was concerned that the national language would be German, not English. In 1884, the U.S. Naval War College was founded in Newport, Rhode Island.
Be interesting what America would look like if we spoke German now. With World War I being a German war, World War II being a German war. Be interesting to see how
Yes.
America would have fielded that.
I think that would have been interesting. In 1927, opening of the movie The Jazz Singer, the first prominent talkie movie. In 1973, on this day, Egypt and Syria launched coordinated attacks against Israel, beginning the Yom Kippur War. 1981, Egyptian President Anwar Sadat was murdered by Islamic extremists.
Bad people.
In 2018, the United States Senate confirmed Brett Kavanaugh as the Supreme Court Justice, ending a contentious confirmation process.
Yeah, well, the one worse than that was the black guy. Remember he had a girlfriend when he was like 17 and she came out of the woodwork?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, just this, I think he's still working too.
Thomas?
Thomas, yeah, they gave him a rough time. Found an old girlfriend and she was scorned. She's a pretty woman.
She wasn't 17. She was working in the federal government.
Well, here we're on City Life, we like to exaggerate.
Yeah. Anyway, a couple of days ago, a California woman was sentenced to 8 years in prison for trying to kill Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. A U.S. District Judge Deborah Broadman in Maryland sentenced Sophie Brodsky of L.A. On 3 October to flying cross country and showed up at Kavanaugh's house with a gun and other weapons. And she had a couple of other Supreme Court justices in mind.
What's her problem? Did she state why she's so angry at Supreme Court justices?
She's having trouble coping with her transgenderism.
Oh, I understand. Happens to the best of us.
Sophie was...
Plus her name is Sophie?
Yeah, she was assigned male by God at her birth. Didn't like it. 1870...
If we made you supreme ruler, what would you do about it, Cliff?
Do about what? Transgenderism?
Correct, Amundo.
I would say,
Did you cut your own hair?
no.
Who cut your hair?
I don't know.
They were there. You were there with them.
Yeah. I don't know their name.
Understood.
It's a different person every time.
Where do you go?
Supercuts out by Walmart.
You might just consider changing locations.
Yeah. 1874.
I gotta get my hair done today. Gotta call my beauty parlor. Classic hair design. Back Central Street.
Okay. Frank Allen, an American merchant and politician, was born. He passed away in 1950. He was the 51st governor of Massachusetts. In 1914, Thor Heyerdahl was born. Thor Heyerdahl?
I could go on 495 with a microphone. No one would know who Dory Firefall is.
Well, that's because you mispronounce it. Have you ever heard of Kon-Tiki?
Is that related to the Tiki Room, the Tiki Hut at Disney? The Tiki Room?
Yeah, indirectly.
Yes, I have heard of the Tiki. The Tiki Room was a fun visit with little birds. It's nice.
Anyway, Thor Heyerdahl was part of a team that crossed the Pacific Ocean from east to west on a balsa raft, demonstrating the possibility of how things got populated. He passed away in 2002.
Did he have more money than God to do such a stupid thing?
Did he ever what?
Did he have more money than God to do such a stupid thing?
No, but he had a little bit of money.
See, I would have said, look, buddy, if you go off on this adventure, we're sending no one to rescue you. Zippity-doo-dah. It's like, you know what? Just for the heck of it, I'm going to prove how good the Lowell Fire Department is and going to set my house on fire. And they're going to come and save me. And if I were the fire chief, I'd say, Mac, we ain't coming. You don't do such a thing. Just my take. Would you do that? Go on a raft?
It'd be a great adventure.
Would you
Yes.
expect us to come and save you?
No, I'd
Okay.
figure I'd save myself. Should I buy you the book, John?
No, no. All set. Thank you. Thank you for asking.
It's a
I'm not a
it's a
reader.
great story.
I'm not a reader.
When I was in 6th grade, our teacher read us the book Kon-Tiki.
And you used to ride a horse to school, right? And you carried a gun?
I did carry a gun. I rode a bicycle.
You rode a bicycle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Back in 1951, Will Keith Kellogg passed away.
What year did you graduate high school, Cliff? No, I said grammar school.
1960.
Grammar school.
Well, I don't know. I never graduated from grammar school.
They didn't have a little graduating class?
A year before I would have graduated, we moved to a school district that had junior high school. So I totally missed the grammar school graduation.
Wow. So what year did you get out of high school in?
1960.
60. Thank you.
Anyway, American businessman founded the Kellogg Company. He'd been born back
Kellogg's
in
Rice Krispies?
1960. Yep.
Wow.
And in 1989, Betty Davis passed away.
She was from
did-
Lowell.
Born in 1908. in
She lived
Lowell.
up by the Morse Bayless Funeral Home on Harvard Street.
This is World Space Week.
World Space Week?
Yeah.
Is that more space in the drawers, or are we talking about where the moon is?
Where the moon is.
I got you.
And today is German American Day in the United States.
So we should have German chocolate cake for supper.
That would be good.
I'm going to look for that tonight at the Nash. We're going to Nash for dinner.
Ah. And today is Teacher's Day in Sri Lanka. I threw that in for Eileen.
Let me see if she's looking to come in. I'll check Zoom out.
She hasn't,
Nope, there's nobody out in the Zoom hallway.
She hasn't called.
Probably rolled over.
You think?
Yeah. It's Monday. I could
It is
have.
Monday.
Could you have rolled over this morning, Cliff?
I could have. I thought it was a good idea, but
Yeah, I did too.
I
I
know
took an
that.
extra 7 minutes. Oh, you're beckoning people now. Who are you calling?
Eileen.
Oh, yes, I'm here.
Yeah, you missed it. Today is Teacher's Day in Sri Lanka.
Oh, and I appreciate you calling me because my alarm did not go off.
Oy. That's not good.
No. So should I move to Sri Lanka?
No, I wouldn't move to Sri Lanka.
How's the food in Sri Lanka, Cliff?
I don't know.
You haven't spent any time in Sri Lanka?
No.
I'm going to go on
I once knew
Google and
someone.
find out where Sri Lanka is.
It's off the southeast coast of
Uruguay.
India. I once knew someone from Sri Lanka.
Well, we have Sri Lankans in Lowell.
Yeah. I believe we're the refuge for all the people who's got problems in their country. So, as we mentioned Friday, Senator Ed Kennedy passed away Thursday night. He was our first Middlesex District Senator and had been since 2019. He'd apparently been in and out of the hospital, and there's going to be a
His wake's Tuesday.
It's from 3 to 7, right next door at the McDonough Funeral Home,
And then,
14 Highland.
and then we're going to do a funeral mass at Michael Conception Church Wednesday, 11 a.m. Then we're going to St. Patrick's Cemetery.
Okie doke.
Rest in peace, Ed. Good guy.
Yes, the gentleman, and he's city mayor for a while. He was, when we had county government, he was on county government, on the city council.
And he always answers his phone. And if he didn't answer, he'd call you back shortly. Good guy.
Flags are supposed to be at half.
On all state buildings, yes.
In city buildings.
I didn't hear about the city buildings. And town buildings.
Apparently, neither did a lot of other people.
In town, well, they close on Friday. They'll be back in it sometime today.
They were supposed to be there with Thursday.
I'm sure Tommy Golden's pulling the flagpole down now.
So Eileen,
Yes.
you gonna forward that email from Mr. Powell down in Boston so that the school department will be able to sign up for these notifications?
Yes, I will. You sent it to me, right?
Right.
Yes, I will send it. I'm sorry that they are not at half staff.
Well, I will compliment the Sullivan and the Riley and whoever maintains the park across from the Riley School. They were all at half staff. Kittredge Park, Shed Park, whatever that place is down by the Portuguese radio station, not so much.
It's good old Sri Lanka. Beautiful beach.
Yeah.
I'm going to click on the map in a minute, but my wife would look at these beaches, man. They're beautiful.
Yep.
Walk into a big rock. Interesting. They got elephants. Nice hotels. I don't know if they'd say trustworthy boats. Would you say trustworthy boats?
Yeah.
They like the beach a lot. Like Buddhism.
Now, that was not a Buddhist church.
Oh, here comes Fru. Hey, Fru, how you doing? Are you there, Fru? So, Fru, you want to call Cliff's phone or you want to do Zoom?
I'm already in the waiting room.
Okay, I'll admit you right now. I don't see him. Here he comes.
A little fuzzy.
Yeah, he sure is. He's going to come and sit in the seat, then it will zoom in on him. There he is. Hey, Fru! Morning, Fru!
Good morning, John. Good morning, everyone. Very clear. And
Beauteous.
John's giving us a geography lesson on the nation and island of Sri Lanka.
I'm going to hit the map now so we know where this is.
I had a family member who worked with the U.S. Government, and he was sent there. He was there for 4 years. I almost visited him.
As you can see, Sri Lanka is the southern point of India. So, looks like a beautiful place to visit.
Yes,
Back over to you, Cliff. Thank you.
except for the Tamil rebels.
The who?
That was almost 10 years ago. The Tamil rebel, that war ended.
Yeah, I hope so. But, okay. In Lowell, the lighting sequence at the intersection of Nesmith and Andover has been adjusted. So now northbound left turners go early. So all the left turners go at the same time. We'll see how that all works out. John is making some adjustments here.
And not enough battery power in that guy.
So we're in a partial shutdown. Has that impacted you at all, Fru?
What is it? What is that, Cliff?
We're in a partial federal government shutdown.
No, Cliff, but I really want to retract something that I said last time out of ignorance.
What's that?
I thought that during the shutdown, the people who work over the federal government, that their pay was just temporarily suspended, and that after they resume, it will be back paid. So I found out that now, during this shutdown, when there's a government shutdown, even those who are working, they are working for free, and that pay they will never be back paid.
That's democratic baloney.
Well, John, you like to politicize things, but I mean, you are making this media become just one-sided. It is not fair. When something is an American, you put it an American. Don't just always like to inject your political views and
Respectfully,
damage people's
Fru,
thinking.
the air traffic controls are not going to work for free. They're going to get paid eventually.
All right, I will do some more research on this. I'm glad you brought it up, though, Fru. Eileen, are you being impacted by the federal partial shutdown?
I have not been impacted as of yet, no.
I don't see it ending anytime soon. Does anybody else?
Well, it depends who controls the House and who controls the Senate. We will not say that, and who controls the executive branch, the legislative branch, and that is the branch that controls the government. No matter what you say of the minority, it is a government of the majority. You might sugarcoat it anyway.
Well, in the Senate, the majority is not big enough to pass the 60-vote threshold, so the minority can hold business up for a while. That's the filibuster, the threat of the filibuster.
Both sides are partially at fault here. Stop voting for parties, start voting for Americans.
But the question I ask is, the senators, the congressmen, the executive branch, are they also impacted? Or they are above the law?
As far as I know, every congressman is being paid, every senator is being paid. And their staff.
And Donald Trump is not taking a salary, so.
But his staff's getting paid.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but yes, that's true because he can make it, but not everyone cannot. I mean, not taking a salary doesn't mean that it doesn't speak anything. It just shows how rich an individual is.
Yeah.
Like us, we're here for free.
So, moving along, it looks like Japan is going to get its first female prime minister. Her name is not pronounceable. Sanae Takaichi. She's a conservative. She got elected her party leader. Now she just needs for the Japanese diet to confirm her as the prime minister.
Oh, that's big news, Cliff. I will also tell you the big woman power coming out of Africa. In Namibia, the president, the vice, the speaker of the assembly, 58% of the government are women. That's the only country in the world that's being led by women.
Namibia. Can you kind of...
Hey, here's the forecast for Sri Lanka. 86 today. 86 tomorrow. 87. It's going to be a beautiful week in Sri Lanka. We're expecting some thunder showers later on today. That's the end of the Sri Lanka story for the day. And what was the question that Fru wanted to know?
You wanted me to show Namibia. This is Namibia.
Okay.
Right here. The whole government, the whole government is run by women, and that is really women power. Because if you hear the president say that men cause war because they want to make money, and women are protectors of life. It's very difficult for women to engage in senseless war because they know what it takes.
Which country is that, Fru?
Namibia, right? It used to be Southwest Africa, right here. Namibia.
Namibia. Okay, I'll go look that up. Thanks.
Okay. And speaking of civics, the Globe tells us that the first civics MCAS finds most grade A students are not meeting expectations. I thought you guys were teaching civics, Eileen.
Yeah, I mean, the MCAS metrics are unique with the formula, but they don't align to, like, an A, right? So, like, maybe somebody in class is getting an A, but not according to the MCAS, they're not, right? So that's a whole other issue involving the MCAS, which is confusing and complicated.
Yeah. So,
Hey, Fru, I got some puzzle making going back to Namibia. The images they're showing us leaders are all guys.
that's one on the right.
I mean, that was then. You are showing the first president of Namibia, Njooma, way back when he's already. You are showing the pictures of dead people.
I'll keep looking. Thanks.
Just search for the president of Namibia.
Alrighty.
Well, that's right. Nkrumah, right? Well, that was a while ago.
Nkrumah was a political leader in Zimbabwe, Joshua Nkrumah.
Oh.
That's the president right there with a blue scarf over her head.
Blue scarf, right here?
Right there. There she is.
Okay. See if I get a bigger one.
There she is.
Okay. The ruler, she's president?
She is the president. The vice president is a woman. The Speaker of the Assembly is a woman. The Attorney General is a woman, and 56% of the government are women.
Beautiful. Good find, Fru. Thank you.
So, Fru found a YouTube interview Judge Andrew Napolitano was interviewing Professor John Mearsheimer, who I remember from 30-some years ago. I was able to get him to come and give a lecture at the National War College. He'd written a book on conventional deterrence. Go ahead, Fru. What were the points he made about us and China and the oligarchy?
Well, he was saying that, you remember in the 2000 about outsourcing? We outsourced everything to China. They made, it was cheap labor, and they were always talking down on China. So he said that yes, the Chinese use all that to build their own nation, improve the living standard of their people, that their people was really below the poverty level according to European and American standards. But whatever money came in, they built roads, built schools, built everything, and make China a formidable competitor now. By the same token, capitalism, the oligarchs in the West and the US, they were using that money for luxury and impoverishing their own people, no better infrastructure, and you compare today and China, and you talk about Chinese communism, oppression, and they are asking which nation has better used its resources to improve the lives of its people.
Well, that's an interesting question, and John Mearsheimer made the point that that's the reason Donald Trump got elected, because the people wanted a little bit of a change from that kind of thing.
No, he made it, Cliff, he made that the first President Trump. Those were promises that he made, but those promises were never and have never been realized, and that is why the country is still in a situation that he is going. Yes, he did point that President Trump, those were promises and those were things that made the people elected him the first time, and those were never realized. I hope you put it in that perspective.
Okay. And Mearsheimer was upset about us using tariffs against India, which has opened a big chasm between us and India and has driven India towards Russia and China.
And he also emphasized that the oligarchs, they use all that money to waste senseless war. That a Chinese guy, a student who presented it, he said that we spend billions. But the American professional expert said that it was trillions that we spend to go around the world and cause pain and enmity against the country. And that people don't talk about that, and those who benefited from the wars are the extreme rich that have super wealth, and they always use that to cause problems around the world. That's what the expert said.
For way back in 1975, 76, 70, somewhere in that region, my wife and I took a cruise, and one of the stops was a place called Puerto Plata. It's off the coast of South America by Dominican Republic. It was the first time ever that I saw a policeman, uniformed policeman, walking around with billy clubs, actually hitting people and hurting them at the same time. Never saw such a thing. Now, you weren't born in the USA. Did you ever experience the police physically beating people? That'd be the local government physically beating people? And how was that? And if you, when I witnessed it in Puerto Plata, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. That a cop would actually come down and start beating the daylights out of the guy with a billy club. I could not believe my eyes. And when you were a kid, where you were born in Cameroon, did the police physically beat people or no?
John, that's an interesting question. You make as if it is outside that you went and saw that the police are beating people. Were you blind before you went out? In Cameroon, around when I was growing up, the French colonial imperialists and the British were still in Cameroon. They were very brutal. And the aspect of the police beating people was inherited from them because they wanted to subjugate everyone and they did not want the locals to even know their history, to even worship their ancestors, to even practice the spirit of Ubuntu, because they were oppressing them and knowing that if they know more about themselves, they would be rebels against the imperialist system. So when you make that statement, it would just expose that probably you never really did your homework well and you are looking at only half glass full.
Now, I'm not a stupid person, okay? And
I didn't say that.
I'm sorry that I didn't do my homework. But the homework that Americans received was the homework that America printed out of history books. And I never saw the history of South America, anyone getting beating. Now I'm going to ask Cliff. Cliff, did you ever see the local government police beating people in all your travels for around the globe?
I was restricted to base, so no, I didn't see it.
Understood.
When I was stationed in Selma,
Okay.
Alabama. And the
No, but
police,
you went all over the world. You went to different countries. You never saw it.
no.
Understood. Way off topic, so please continue.
So, yeah. So we've had the police beating people here in the United States.
Only when resistance is there.
Yeah, well, in this case,
This guy was
the
selling.
resistance was a case of they wanted to march from Selma across the Edmund Pettus Bridge to Montgomery. And in the end, LBJ flew in Army forces to ensure that there was peace during the march when they rescheduled it.
Well, it's in the Wayback Machine, and it was just horrible to watch. And this guy was just trying to sell me a trinket.
But sometimes when we travel around the world, our eyes are only open to see what is bad. And that is the main reason which is really very, very difficult with the West. When they go around the world, they would not come back and tell anything good about the places that they have visited. They would only interested in saying that the sufferer, the animals, the this, the that, because that is more like we grew with that arrogance that we cannot make other people equally better as us. Even though if we go there and see that they are better than us, we always relate to loving but animals, nature and whatnot, but we cannot see the development that goes on out there.
Well, respectfully, Fru, I've had machine guns aimed at me twice by government officials. One time was in South America, getting back on the cruise ship. The guy wanted to go through my bag, and I said, oh, geez, I never should have bought this bag. I'm sure there's something in it. So I told my wife and my 2 kids, go on the boat. They were ahead of me. Go on the boat. Leave me here. And they aimed a machine gun at me because I told my wife and kids to go on the boat. Second time it happened was in Russia. And I was in a store. And they were giving a talk on to the Dixie Chicks, my wife hurt and her two sisters.
That is terrible that it happened to you, John. But I will tell you that
I'm almost done.
American and Europeans, when they go out when they travel, they bring American values and not respecting domestic values. And that is always the seed to problems. No matter how much I am in my wretched hut, when we enter there, it's like in my car, in my house, in my car, you listen to my tune. So, but most of the people, when they go to these places, they bring that arrogance of the West and look down on these people, and they resent it in one way or another. But you, the person doing it, you don't know because it has been part of you.
Fru, maybe you haven't been able to enjoy a cruise yet. You should enjoy a cruise sometime. They sell you things. You go on the boat and you say, would you like to know how they make this? And they sell you a tour. So they gleefully take your money. You hop on a little bus. They drive you around the island, and they show you whatever they promised to show you, and they bring you back. And then some countries search everything before you get back onto the boat. And they're just looking for money. That's what they're just looking to find something in my bag. And I've seen it on TV. I know what happens. And I'm sorry, I'm just an American. That he's rich. Let's get some money off of him. And that's what they do. And if you think they're doing otherwise, please convince me.
Well, John, I'm equally telling you that those who have the richest money, when they go to these places, they also carry contrabands. And these governments, they have to do their own due diligence to protect their people. And in course of doing that, as what we are doing here, we looked at it deep, we turn the eye and look at it differently. But when they are equally coming in here, we say that we don't want some nefarious action to come in. But who are we so sacrosanct that we think that when we go to these places, they also want to impose their own law to make sure that to protect their own people and their own nation, we think that they are doing something wrong.
Now, Fru, all I did was I told my wife with the two kids, get back on the boat. And for that, they pulled the boat back on a machine gun and aimed it at me. And you're saying that's... Let's give those people a contract.
It works on both ways,
Let's give those people a contract. They had every right to do it.
From your experience.
I'm never going back to that country. Never. Never going to see another buck out of me. Ever.
John, before you went there, those nations were existing. And after you left, they are still living. It is not on your meager box that you come one time and think that you will sustain that nation. That's the arrogance that we may feel.
I'm sorry for being so arrogant. Back over to Cliff.
We do, as a country, tend to think that our way is the right way. But I think other countries may have the same view of their own mores, their own cultural habits. And we do tend to impose ours. What is it now? We've sunk 3 boats that we believe were carrying cocaine to the United States. That's not good. Anyway, I didn't agree with everything that Professor Mearsheimer was saying. For instance, he said that we should have good relations with Iran. And I would say, yes, we should. But I don't see how we can have good relations with Iran. Iran has certain goals and objectives, and they are in direct conflict with our own foreign policy. So he didn't give me a good explanation of how we achieve this. I mean, Iran wants nuclear weapons. We don't want Iran to have nuclear weapons. Should they be allowed to have nuclear weapons? What do you think, Fru?
Cliff, if one of our governments, if one of our leaders and the government of the US, if they made agreements with Iran and it was holding with the whole of Europe, the idea that you are exposing and trying to convince people is just the few oligarchs who are controlling the mentality. Okay, Iran, they want any nation, they want peaceful relations. But the aspect of sanctions against nation, that is what has developed the South, the global South power against the global North arrogance. Which if you look in terms of democracy, which by definition, when I refer to Wikipedia and the dictionary, it says democracy means government of the people, for the people, and by the people. If you look in terms of the world population, the global North is just 1/5 of the population of the world. Just India alone, the population of one nation, combines the population of Europe and the US. How would you justify that? And that any little thing will impose sanctions on people and then use the media to sell it to others, because the other people don't have the media also to do that. So please, everything is about the media, and people are reading now and saying that no. And that's why people are yearning for women power, women to also come into power, because it's very, very difficult for women to impose unnecessary or wage unnecessary wars and impose things like that. If I'm wrong, you said I'm wrong, and I am willing to learn from you, and I learn from this is a discussion.
Yeah, I agree. Democracy is of, by, and for the people. And this goes back to last week's discussion. Why does India not have a permanent seat in the National Security Council? It's the biggest nation in the world, population-wise. It's a nuclear power, has a fairly decent military. There are things that need to be sorted out.
And then why, the thing is, and also allowed me maybe use this language, the arrogance of the West and the East is that Africa is still in the darkness. This is the largest continent in the world. According to the partition of Africa, the West still thinks that Africa will still remain in the darkness. Africa is also resurging. Whether we like it or not, it is an unstoppable journey until we learn to respect each nation equally and give them due respect.
Oh yeah. And they need to some degree, earn that respect also.
You can earn the respect from who? Who? Will I come to your house and give you respect? All the respect coming from the West is because of the resources coming from Africa. And then when they impose their own stooges around Africa, if the true sons of Africa are coming up and standing, you call them pushes, you call them illegal rulers. But then, when the ones that are pro-West, you call them good rulers until they fall, until they start turning around, then you call them now irresponsible.
Well, I was sort of focusing in my mind on Sudan, which I think has been an irresponsible government.
Well, when you talk about Sudan, is there any manufacturing factory in Sudan? Is that not where with the West they dump their old guns so that they can make room for the new one? Can people discuss this in public? How can you blame an innocent starving person who's scratching the soil to eat, and bombs are falling over him, and the bombs are coming from the same people who are complaining.
Yeah, well, those are the South Sudanese that are the ones that are being oppressed. And, yeah, not a good thing. But just led me to wonder, because I saw some things in the news about how in Denmark the folks are buying survival food and emergency radios, and there's talk about Russian drones and possible war. I don't think a war in Europe would be very good.
It will be terrible, Cliff. That is really going to be the first world war, because all the other, the first and the second world war that we caused, they were European wars. The First World War was caused by the assassination of Archduke, who was assassinated.
Ferdinand, yeah.
Ferdinand, who was assassinated. And then the Second World War was caused among the Europeans. The Africans only came there to fight for the Europeans. The other ones came there to start, but where was the origin? But this particular one now, the world has been divided, global South against the global North. Which is really going to be a disaster, because China, India, Brazil, Russia, most of, I would say all of Africa and the global South will come together.
Well, when I think about World War II, when it started, I think of it as starting in Manchuria in the 1930s. When Japan was attacking China, then Germany decided to expand its territory in 1939, and Russia and Germany divided up Poland. But
well, you know, Poland was known as the sick man of Europe.
Yeah. Well, they're doing a lot better now.
Yes, but they are still, because a level land is easy, they can easily be run over. There are no mountains, there are no barriers.
If we got like 9 minutes, is Eileen staying? I know Fru's gonna skedaddle.
Eileen, do you have an answer for the question?
Yeah, I'm just listening to you guys. So if I'm asked a question, I'll just unmute. And I like being a part of the show. I don't really understand everything you're talking about right now, because I have not learned about it, but I'm enjoying you guys going back and forth about it.
All right. So tomorrow is the second anniversary of the Hamas attack on the music festival in Israel. President Trump's got a peace plan that he's thrown out there, and they're apparently meeting today to see if they can wrap this up and bring the refugees home. I'm not real optimistic. I don't know. Are you optimistic, Fru?
Well, with what has happened at the UN, it just makes it that one nation cannot hold the cats anymore. Because if you prior to this, everyone was looking at the US to be the power broker. But the significance of what happened at the UN, you look at that map, the whole world is going, so it will embolden so-called, you may call Hamas or whoever, they may embolden them to say, you know, we are on the right track. That's just as looking at it from a primitive point of view and listening to experts look at it, that prior to this moment, without the UN decision, there could have been a lot of hope that we can use our powers to do something. But the dynamics have really changed now.
Yeah, I think Hamas is winning the information war, for sure. That,
That you may be right, but when once you push people too much to the right, you tend to open the light. Or if you are trying to turn off the light so much, you tend to make the whole world see that there is something wrong in that picture.
Fru brings up a very good point. When I was lucky enough to visit Israel, the people who lived on the other side of the wall would complain to me that the government has no trouble shutting your electricity off for the whole weekend. So there you go. So you go to Market Basket, you're going to have your 2-year-old, your 5-year-old's birthday party, so you buy all this food for a cookout, and the government shuts your electricity off for the weekend. And who do you complain to? Well, they'll be back on Monday. They're gone until Monday, is what they would. Terrible how shutting the electricity off infuriated people who lived on the other side of the wall in Israel.
yeah.
I have a question about like how long will it take until we see it to that point? I mean, honestly, right now I don't see anything affected, but how long until we start seeing the effect of the government shutdown?
Well, I got a kick out of, I was put on one news channel, and they said the government's been shut down for so many hours. I said, the government shuts down every weekend. What the hell are you talking about? You don't even get voicemail on the weekend. So the government shutdown will actually happen today, and I don't think you're going to see much happening, Eileen, because air traffic controls are working, the banks are open. If they close the banks, that would be a big deal. I'm going to guess we're going to get mail today. Maybe we won't get U.S. mail today. I don't know.
I would think so.
Right?
Because,
So you don't think we're going to get mail today?
I don't know. They're part of the U.S. government.
but they're self-financed. You buy stamps, that pays their wages. The post office was open Saturday.
Okay, so I hope Cliff is right. We're going to get mail today. I wouldn't bet my pension on it, but.
Oh, you know how we get USPS informed delivery? Some people get it. You can see the mail coming that day. So I think parts of the post office are not working because I did not get that USPS informed delivery on Saturday. Maybe that could be how it's impacted.
No, that could be. I can't remember if I got it or not. But that is, you can sign up for the U.S. Postal Service to send you photographs of all the mail that's coming to your house.
This is from Jay. There will never be peace in the Middle East until little kids are taught not to hate each other, and then not to hate the other side. It will never get better. That's from Jay. Good point. Their mothers train them when they're infants. Now that slap on your behind to get your first breath was from the other side. It's just not like Democrats, Republicans. They're taught to hate each other's guts from birth. Sad.
Yeah. So, Eileen, we didn't do all that well on MCAS. Lowell did
You got 60 seconds, Cliff.
better than expected, right?
Yes, I mean, it's small incremental changes, but there are incremental changes going in the right direction, which is what we need regardless. Anywhere, I mean, we can only go up from where we've been after COVID, as is any district. But only 13 districts, I think,
Gotta say goodbye, Cliff.
restored to their pre-pandemic.
And we'll be back. Hey, thanks, Fru. See you next week.
Thank you. Have a good week.
Thanks, Bruce.
Batteries over there.
Has anybody checked in?
One yes from Google in the driveway. I'll go out there in a minute.
You want me to go out? Oh,
This guy definitely didn't do well. Check please. I need my. That one's good. Alrighty. He's not working. Got plenty of juice left. Morning. Slide your speaker. Put you on speaker. There we go. How's that? Eileen?
I can hear you.
Good, good, okay. Perfect. No Sherri? Okay. You probably bring the kids after school. So you're doing a second shift, that'd be great.
There's Eileen on the phone, Eileen Delrossi.
Morning, Eileen, this is Sixto. How are you?
Hi, Sixto. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you.
Congratulations on everything you've accomplished so far. It should be an interesting last race. Looking forward to seeing all the numbers.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm very excited, honestly. It's been an awesome journey, and there's a lot to go through, so for the last push.
It's always interesting and all.